My boyfriend sabotaged my birth control. But I have proof. I'm staring at my laptop screen at 2:47 a.m., watching my boyfriend of 2 years methodically destroy my birth control pills with a needle. The timestamp on the security footage reads Tuesday, October 15th, 11:23 a.m. I was in my European history lecture at State University, completely oblivious that Jake was in my dorm room, hunched over my nightstand like some kind of deranged scientist. He's using what looks like a sewing needle to carefully puncture each pill in the blister pack, one by one, then smoothing the foil back down so it looks untouched. My hands are shaking so badly I can barely control the mouse as I rewind the footage. Maybe I misunderstood what I was seeing. Maybe there's some innocent explanation for why my 26-year-old boyfriend is crouched over my pills with a sharp object. But there isn't. And this isn't the first video. I have 17 different recordings of Jake tampering with my birth control over the past 6 weeks. 17. The earliest one dates back to September 8th, the day after I mentioned wanting to study abroad in Spain next semester. What a fucking coincidence. The security camera was Jake's idea, ironically. My roommate Melissa graduated last spring, and I've been living alone in this tiny off-campus apartment since August. When my bike got stolen from the hallway in September, Jake insisted we needed to keep me safe. He even paid for the little wireless camera himself, a $89 Ring indoor cam that he helped me mount on my bookshelf, angled toward the door. Just so we can see if anyone's messing with your stuff, he said, wrapping his arms around me from behind as we tested the motion detection. I worry about you here by yourself, Sarah. The camera captures everything, my bed, my nightstand, my dresser, and the small table where I keep my pills next to my water bottle. Jake has the app on his phone too, so he knows exactly when I leave for class, when I'm gone long enough for him to do his dirty work. I scroll through my phone to the Ring app notifications. Motion detected. Motion detected. Motion detected. Dozens of alerts I ignored because I trusted him. Because I thought he was just stopping by to surprise me or grab something he left behind. In the September 23rd video, he's not just puncturing pills, he's sticking a needle to a strip of condoms I kept in my nightstand drawer. 3 condoms, tiny holes poked near the tip of each one. He's careful about it, precise, like he's done this before. My stomach lurches and I have to run to the bathroom. I barely make it to the toilet before I'm dry heaving, my body rejecting the reality of what I've discovered. When did Jake become this person? The Jake I fell in love with sophomore year was sweet, attentive, maybe a little clingy but in a way that felt caring. He brought me coffee during finals week. He drove 4 hours to my hometown when my grandmother died. He talks about our future together constantly, marriage, kids, the house we'll buy in his hometown of Cedar Falls, Iowa. That last part should have been a red flag. Jake's been pushing the idea of me transferring to Iowa State to be closer to him ever since he graduated and moved back home for his job at the youth center. Every conversation somehow circles back to how much easier things would be if we lived in the same state, how his parents are dying to meet me, how perfect our life could be if I'd just take the leap. I guess he decided to give me a push. I'm sitting on my bathroom floor at 3:15 a.m., scrolling through months of text messages between Jake and me, looking for clues I missed. My laptop is balanced on my knees, the damning footage paused on Jake's face as he examines his handiwork. That's when I find it. September 10th, 2 days after the first tampering incident. Jake K babe, how are you feeling? You seemed tired yesterday Me just stressed about midterms. And I've been getting these random headaches Jake baby, maybe your body is trying to tell you something winking face. Me lol what do you mean? Jake nothing just, wouldn't it be nice to have something good to focus on instead of all the school stress? I remember this conversation. I thought he was being supportive, trying to cheer me up. Now I realize he was fishing to see if I was showing early pregnancy symptoms. There are dozens of these messages. Jake asking about my appetite, my energy levels, whether I've been nauseous. On September 28th, he sent me a link to an article about pregnancy signs you might miss with the message, just thought this was interesting lol. October 3rd, you know Sarah, my mom had morning sickness that felt just like regular headaches. She didn't even know she was pregnant with my sister until month 3 October 8th, I picked up some prenatal vitamins today, just in case face blowing a kiss never too early to be prepared right. I thought he was being thoughtful. Maybe a little presumptuous about our timeline, but sweet. I even took the damn prenatal vitamins because he said they were good for women's health in general. My phone buzzes with a text. It's Jake. Jake can't sleep. Thinking about you. Miss you so much baby It's 3:22 a.m. Why is he awake? My blood runs cold as another possibility hits me. What if he's checking the camera feed right now? What if he can see that I'm not in bed, that my laptop is open? I quickly check the Ring app settings. The camera shows my empty bed, the nightstand clearly visible. If Jake is watching the live feed, he'll know something is wrong. I always sleep with my phone charging on the nightstand, not scattered on the bathroom floor with my laptop. My hands are trembling as I text back, miss you too. Trying to study but so tired Jake it's so late babe, you should get some sleep. What are you studying, He's fishing. Jake knows my class schedule better than I do, he has it saved in his phone. He knows I don't have any exams this week. Me just getting ahead on some reading. Going to bed now I need to stage this perfectly. I grab my phone charger and laptop, creeping back into my bedroom like I'm the intruder. I plug my phone in, arrange my pillows to look like I'm sleeping, and slip back out with my laptop. Jake sweet dreams beautiful. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have something important to talk to you about Something important. My stomach drops. Tomorrow is Friday, Jake drives up from Cedar Falls every other weekend to visit. He's supposed to arrive around 2 p.m., after my physical anthropology class. What if he's planning to confront me about the pregnancy he thinks he's created? What if those prenatal vitamins weren't just hopeful thinking, but preparation for an announcement he's expecting me to make? I think about the 3 times my period has been late in the past 2 months. I attributed it to stress, irregular eating, the usual college chaos. But what if his plan actually worked? What if I'm sitting here with evidence of reproductive coercion while carrying his child? The thought sends me spiraling into a panic that makes my earlier nausea look like nothing. I'm back in the bathroom at 4:17 a.m. with a pregnancy test I found buried in my medicine cabinet from a scare last spring. My hands won't stop shaking as I read the instructions I've memorized from previous anxious moments. 3 minutes. The longest 3 minutes of my life. While I wait, I force myself to keep watching the security footage. There's a video from October 12th that I haven't fully processed yet. In this one, Jake isn't just tampering with my birth control, he's photographing the pill pack with his phone, taking pictures of which pills I've taken and which ones he's sabotaged. He's keeping records. This isn't some impulsive moment of desperation. This is calculated, methodical. Jake has been tracking my cycle, timing his sabotage for maximum effectiveness. I screenshot everything, saving the images to 3 different cloud accounts. My hands are steadier now, muscle memory from countless research projects kicking in. Document everything. Create backups. Build an unshakable case. The pregnancy test is negative. I stare at the single pink line, relief flooding through me so intensely that I start crying. Not pregnant. Not trapped. Not carrying the child of someone who violated my consent in the most fundamental way possible. But the relief is quickly replaced by rage. Pure, burning fury that Jake thought he could make this decision for me. That he could hijack my entire future because I wouldn't fall in line with his timeline. I think about his parents, Richard and Susan Walker of Cedar Falls, Iowa. Jake has shown me hundreds of photos. They're evangelical Christians who run a Christian bookstore downtown. Jake's father is a deacon at their church, and his mother leads the women's Bible study group. They've been asking to meet me for months, pressuring Jake to bring me home for Christmas. They just want to make sure you're the right kind of girl for their son, Jake explained after another awkward phone conversation where they grilled him about my intentions and whether I was marriage-minded. I wonder what Richard and Susan Walker would think if they knew their precious son was poking holes in condoms and sabotaging birth control pills. My laptop pings with a new email notification. It's from Jake, sent 12 minutes ago. Subject, can't wait for tomorrow, Red Heart. Sarah. Asterisk, I know it's late, but I couldn't stop thinking about us and our future. I've been praying a lot lately about the direction God wants our relationship to go, and I really feel like he's calling us toward the next step, asterisk. Asterisk, I bought something special for tomorrow. I think you're going to love it, and I think it's going to change everything for us. My mom always says that God's timing is perfect, and I really believe this is our time, asterisk. Asterisk, I love you so much, baby. You're going to be such an amazing mother someday. I can just picture you with our kids, maybe living closer to family where we can really build something beautiful together, asterisk. Asterisk, sweet dreams. Tomorrow is going to be the best day of our lives, asterisk. Forever yours. Jake. He bought something special. Something that's going to change everything. Jake is planning to propose tomorrow. The pieces click into place with horrifying clarity. He's been sabotaging my birth control to get me pregnant, then planning to propose when he thought I'd have to say yes. The perfect trap, pregnant, engaged, tied to him and his hometown forever. No more talk of studying abroad, no more independence, no more choices that don't center around Jake Walker's life plan. I scroll back through his recent texts with this new context. All those questions about how I'm feeling, the prenatal vitamins, the comments about his mother's pregnancy symptoms, he was waiting for me to tell him I was pregnant so he could swoop in with a ring and a speech about doing the right thing and God's plan. My phone buzzes. Another text from Jake, asterisk actually, can we meet a little earlier tomorrow? Maybe around noon? I'm so excited I might explode, smiling face with smiling eyes, asterisk. Earlier. He can't wait to spring his trap. I look at the pregnancy test again, that single pink line that represents my freedom. Jake doesn't know his plan failed. He's driving up here tomorrow expecting to propose to his pregnant girlfriend, the woman he thinks he successfully coerced into the life he wants. But I'm not pregnant. And I have 17 videos of him committing what I'm pretty sure is a felony. Jake Walker has no idea what's coming for him. I spend the next 2 hours researching reproductive coercion laws in our state. My laptop screen burns my eyes in the dark bathroom, but I can't stop reading. What Jake did has a name, reproductive coercion. It's a form of domestic abuse that includes birth control sabotage, pregnancy pressure, and pregnancy coercion. In our state, it falls under sexual assault statutes because it violates consent to the sexual act. The maximum penalty is 15 years in prison. 15 years. For poking holes in condoms and tampering with pills. I screenshot every relevant law, every legal precedent, every conviction I can find. There's a case from 2019 where a man got 8 years for sabotaging his girlfriend's nipple ring. Another from 2021, 12 years for needle puncturing condoms. The prosecutor in that case called it a violation of bodily autonomy equivalent to rape. My phone shows 6:43 a.m. when I finally crawl into bed, laptop hidden under my mattress. I manage exactly 90 minutes of sleep before my alarm goes off for physical anthropology. Professor Martinez is discussing carbon dating techniques, but I can't focus. Jake's ring is burning a hole in my mind. How long has he been planning this? Did he buy it before or after he started sabotaging my birth control? My phone buzzes with texts throughout class. Jake asterisk asterisk, good morning beautiful. Hope you slept well asterisk. Jake asterisk asterisk changed my mind again, going to leave Cedar Falls early. Might be there by 11 a.m. asterisk. Jake asterisk asterisk so excited for today. You have no idea asterisk. He's moved up the timeline again. My class ends at 10:45. He'll practically be waiting outside the building. I text my friend Carmen during the break, asterisk emergency. Can I come over after class? Might need to crash tonight asterisk. Carmen asterisk asterisk of course babe. Everything okay, asterisk. Me asterisk asterisk will explain later. Don't post anything on social about me being there asterisk. The last 15 minutes of class crawl by. Professor Martinez assigns our next paper, a research project on ethical considerations in anthropological research. The irony isn't lost on me. I become an anthropologist of my own relationship, studying the specimen who thought he could manipulate my reproductive choices. I'm packing my notebook when my phone rings. Jake. Hey baby. His voice is artificially bright, practically vibrating with excitement. Just past the exit for Richmond. I'll be there in like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. My heart hammers against my ribs. Oh wow, you're making good time. I couldn't wait. Sarah, God, I'm so happy. Are you at your apartment? Just leaving campus. I'll head home now. I'm walking toward the parking lot, keys already in my hand. Perfect. I have the biggest surprise for you. Actually, can you do me a favor? Sure. My voice sounds normal. How is my voice normal? Wear that blue dress I love? The one from our anniversary dinner? You look so beautiful in it, and today is, well, it's going to be special. The blue dress. The one that's fitted through the waist, that he always says makes me look wifely. He wants me dressed up for his proposal, for the moment he thinks will seal my fate. Of course, I lie smoothly. Can't wait to see what you're so excited about. I love you so much, Sarah. You're everything I've ever wanted. The line goes dead. I'm standing next to my Honda Civic in the campus parking lot, staring at my phone, when the full weight of his words hits me. You're everything I've ever wanted. Not you're everything I could want. Not you're perfect for me. You're everything I've ever wanted, past tense, like I'm something he's been hunting, something he's finally captured. I think about that blue dress hanging in my closet, about the ring he's carrying, about the pregnancy he thinks is growing inside me. I think about the sabotaged pills, the punctured condoms, the months of calculated violations. Jake Walker thinks he's won. But he's driving toward the biggest miscalculation of his life. I'm sitting in my car in the campus parking lot, hands gripping the steering wheel, when I realize I can't go back to my apartment. Not yet. Jake will be there in 15 minutes, ring in his pocket, expecting to find his compliant girlfriend in a blue dress ready to accept his trap disguised as a proposal. Instead, I drive to Carmen's off-campus house, my mind racing faster than my Honda's aging engine. I need time to think, to plan, to figure out how to handle what's about to happen. Carmen takes one look at my face when she opens the door and immediately pulls me inside. Jesus, Sarah, you look like you've seen a ghost. What happened? I collapse onto her couch and tell her everything. The security camera, the 17 videos, Jake's email about tomorrow being the best day of our lives, the pregnancy test, the phone call 20 minutes ago. Carmen's expression shifts from concern to horror to pure rage. That sick fuck, she breathes when I finish. Sarah, this is really serious. Like, call the police serious. I know. I researched it all night. It's reproductive coercion, it's sexual assault, my phone buzzes with another text from Jake. Jake **, where are you babe? I'm at your apartment but you're not here. The camera shows you left this morning but not when you came back **. Carmen reads over my shoulder. He's watching you through that thing right now? The realization hits us both at the same time. Jake isn't just at my apartment, he's monitoring my every move through the same camera he used to time his sabotage. He can see that my bed hasn't been slept in properly, that my nightstand looks disturbed. Shit. I'm typing frantically. *, just grabbing coffee with Carmen before you got here. Didn't expect you so early. Be home in 10 *. Jake *, go good. I was worried lol. Hurry back, I can barely contain myself *. Carmen is already moving, grabbing her laptop from the kitchen counter. We need to document everything right now, before you go back there. Forward me all those videos, all the screenshots, everything. I can't go back there, Carmen. He's going to propose. He thinks I'm pregnant with his baby that he created by sabotaging my birth control. How am I supposed to sit there and pretend everything's normal? You're not. Carmen's fingers are flying across her keyboard. We're calling the police right now. But even as she's pulling up the non-emergency number, I know it won't be that simple. What if they don't believe me? What if they say it's just a relationship dispute? Sarah, you have 17 videos of him committing crimes. That's not a dispute, that's evidence. My phone rings. Jake again. Don't answer it, Carmen warns, but I'm already swiping to accept. Hey, I say, fighting to keep my voice steady. Sarah, where are you really? Jake's tone has shifted. The manic excitement is gone, replaced by something cooler, more controlled. I check the Ring app. You left campus at 10:52, but it's only a 12-minute drive to your apartment. It's been 23 minutes. He's tracking my movements, timing my routes. The camera isn't just surveillance, it's a leash. I told you, I stopped for coffee with Carmen. Traffic was. Which coffee shop? The question is sharp, demanding. This is a Jake I've never heard before, and it terrifies me. Starbucks on 5th Street. Why are you? I just drove past there. Carmen's car isn't in the parking lot. My blood turns to ice. He's hunting me, using everything he knows about my habits, my friends, my routines. How long has he been keeping tabs on me like this? Carmen is making frantic gestures, pointing at her laptop screen. She's found something. Sarah. Jake's voice is deadly quiet now. I'm looking at the camera footage from last night. You weren't in bed from 2:30 a.m. to 6:45 a.m. Your laptop was missing from your desk. What were you doing for 4 hours in the middle of the night? The line goes dead. Carmen spins her laptop toward me. On the screen is Jake's Facebook profile, but she scrolled down to posts from 2 years ago. Photos I've never seen before. Photos of Jake with another girl. A blonde named Ashley, based on the tagged posts. They're dated from right before Jake and I started dating. Look at the comments, Carmen whispers. Under a photo of Jake and Ashley at some restaurant, there's a comment from a girl named Becca, *, so glad you got away from him girl. That whole baby trap thing was insane *. Ashley's reply, *, thank God for negative pregnancy tests, am I right? Dodge that bullet *. Jake has done this before. My hands are shaking so violently I can barely scroll through Ashley's Facebook profile. Carmen is leaning over my shoulder, both of us frantically clicking through 2 years of posts, looking for more clues about Jake's past. There, Carmen points to a post from March 2022. Look at this. It's Ashley posting in what looks like a support group for women. The post is long, detailed, and makes my stomach drop. *, 2 months free from my psycho ex. For anyone dealing with reproductive coercion, it's real, it's criminal, and you're not crazy. He poked holes in condoms, switched my birth control pills with sugar pills he ordered online, and when I didn't get pregnant fast enough, he started slipping fertility supplements into my coffee. I only found out because my roommate caught him in our kitchen at 6 a.m. crushing pills into my creamer. Trust your instincts. Document everything. Get out. Asterisk. The post has 43 reactions and dozens of comments from other women sharing similar stories. But what makes my blood run cold is Jake's response, posted from a fake account I can identify by his writing style. Asterisk. Ashley, you're being dramatic. I was trying to help with your anemia, remember? The iron supplements your doctor recommended? You always twist everything to make me look bad. Asterisk. Even after she escaped, he was still gaslighting her publicly. Carmen screenshots everything while I keep scrolling. There are more posts from Ashley documenting Jake's escalation after their breakup. Him showing up at her work at Whole Foods. Following her to her yoga classes. Creating fake dating profiles to match with her roommate and ask questions about Ashley's new relationships. Sarah. Carmen's voice is tight with fear. Look at the dates. Ashley posted that support group message on March 15, 2022. You and Jake started dating March 22, 2022. 1 week. Jake waited exactly 1 week after his ex-girlfriend publicly accused him of reproductive coercion to start dating me. My phone buzzes with a text, asterisk. I know you're at Carmen's house. Her car is in the driveway. We need to talk. Now, asterisk. He's here, I whisper. Carmen immediately stands up, moving toward the window. I don't see anyone. He's parked somewhere else. He knows your address, your car, probably your class schedule too. The pieces are clicking together with horrible clarity. Carmen, he's been planning this for months. Maybe years. I'm scrolling frantically through my own Facebook, looking at photos Jake has liked, comments he's made, trying to see the surveillance I missed. There, last month, he liked a photo Carmen posted of us at a Halloween party. In the background, you can clearly see the address numbers on her front porch, 847 Maple Street. My phone rings. It's Jake. Don't answer, Carmen hisses, but I know he won't stop calling. I have to. If I don't, he'll escalate. I swipe to accept. Jake, what's? Cut the bullshit, Sarah. His voice is completely different now. Cold, controlled, dangerous. I know you found the camera footage. I know you've been digging around in things that don't concern you. I don't know what you're talking about. Really? Then explain why you spent 4 hours last night on your laptop instead of sleeping. Explain why you took a pregnancy test at 4:30 a.m. Yes, Sarah, I saw you throw it away. Explain why you're hiding at Carmen's house instead of wearing that blue dress like I asked. He saw everything. Every movement, every decision, every moment I thought I was acting in private. The camera has night vision, motion detection, and audio recording, Jake continues, his tone almost conversational now. Did you really think I'd install a security system without monitoring it properly? Carmen is frantically typing on her phone. I can see she's texting someone, asterisk. Call police now. 847 Maple Street. Dangerous ex-stalking situation, asterisk. I also know you've been talking to Ashley, Jake says, and my blood freezes. She's been filling your head with lies, hasn't she? Trying to turn you against me like she turned everyone else against me. Jake, I think there's been a misunderstanding. The only misunderstanding is that you think you have choices here. His voice drops to barely above a whisper. I've invested 2 years in you, Sarah. 2 years of my time, my energy, my love. I bought you a $3,400 engagement ring. I put a down payment on a house in Cedar Falls, $15,000 of my savings. I already told my parents you're pregnant. The house. He bought a house. This isn't just reproductive coercion, it's a complete life hijacking. I need you to walk outside right now and get in my car, Jake continues. We're going to drive back to your apartment like 2 adults, and you're going to put on that blue dress, and we're going to have the conversation we've been building toward for 2 years. And if I don't? The silence stretches for 5 seconds that feel like hours. Well, Jake says finally, I'd hate for Carmen's parents to receive some very interesting photos from her spring break trip to Panama City. The one she thought she deleted from her cloud account. Carmen's face goes white. Jake has been hacking our accounts, collecting leverage, building a web of control that extends far beyond just me. You have 3 minutes to come outside, Sarah. After that, things get complicated for everyone you care about. I hang up the phone with shaking hands. Carmen is staring at me, her face pale as paper. What photos, she whispers. It doesn't matter. We're calling the police right now. But even as I say it, I know Jake has thought this through. He's had 2 years to study me, to learn my patterns, my weaknesses, my pressure points. This isn't an impulsive breakdown, it's the execution of a long-term plan. Carmen is already dialing 911 when her phone buzzes with a notification. Then another. Then another. Her Instagram, her Snapchat, her email, all lighting up simultaneously. Oh God, she breathes, looking at her screen. Sarah, he's posting things. I lean over to see her phone. Someone has accessed Carmen's social media accounts and is posting photos from her spring break trip. Photos that were definitely meant to stay private. Photos that would destroy her relationship with her conservative parents, her part-time job at the campus ministry, her scholarship from the Christian Women's Foundation. How is he doing this so fast? Carmen is frantically trying to log into her accounts, but her passwords have all been changed. My phone buzzes, asterisk 2 minutes, Sarah. Carmen's LinkedIn account is next. Then I start on her academic email. Amazing what employers can find when they do thorough background checks, asterisk. Carmen works as a tutor for the campus writing center. She's applying for graduate school. Jake is systematically destroying her digital reputation in real time. Stop, I tell her as she frantically tries to delete posts. Don't engage with it. That's what he wants, chaos, panic, us making desperate mistakes. But my own phone is starting to buzz with notifications too. My Instagram story shows a photo I've never seen before, me leaving a Planned Parenthood clinic 6 months ago. The caption reads, some girls just can't keep their legs closed, woman shrugging. My stomach drops. I was there for my annual exam, but Jake has made it look like something else entirely. The photo is tagged with my full name, my university, my major. Anyone who knows me can see it. He's been planning this for months, I realize out loud. The engagement ring, the house down payment, the blackmail material, Jake has been building toward this exact moment. Carmen's laptop chimes with a new email. It's from Jake's personal account, sent to Carmen's entire contact list including her parents, her professors, and her church youth group. *K everyone. Carmen asked me to let you know she's taking a break from social media due to some personal struggles with alcohol and promiscuity. Please keep her in your prayers during this difficult time. She's gotten involved with some questionable people at college and lost her way spiritually. Jake, concerned friend, *. He's destroying my entire life, Carmen whispers. My parents are texting me asking what's happening. My boss just called asking if I need to take time off work. The doorbell rings. We both freeze. Through Carmen's front window, I can see Jake's silver Honda Accord parked across the street. He's been watching us this entire time, orchestrating our panic from 50 yards away. Don't answer it, I whisper, but Jake's voice carries clearly through the door. Sarah, I can hear you in there. This is getting ridiculous. Just come outside so we can talk like adults. His tone is completely normal now, like he's asking me to help him carry groceries. The shift is more terrifying than the threats were. Carmen's phone rings. It's her mother. Then her father. Then her academic advisor. Jake's email has triggered a cascade of concerned calls that Carmen can't ignore without making things worse. Answer your mom, I tell her. Act normal. Tell her someone hacked your accounts and you're working on it. But as Carmen takes the call, my phone buzzes with a text that makes my blood run cold. Ashley Richardson's address is 423 Oak Street, Apartment 2B, Columbus, Ohio. She works at Whole Foods on Lane Avenue, shift starts at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Would hate for her to have any more accidents in the parking lot, *. Jake isn't just threatening us anymore. He's threatening his previous victim, the woman who tried to warn others about him. This isn't about love or marriage or even control. This is about silencing anyone who might expose him. The doorbell rings again, followed by 3 sharp knocks. Jake's voice is still unnaturally calm through the door. Sarah, I know this seems overwhelming, but I need you to think rationally here. Carmen's reputation, Ashley's safety, your own future, all of this can go back to normal in about 30 seconds. Just open the door. Carmen is still on the phone with her mother, trying to explain the social media chaos while her voice shakes. Mom, I promise I didn't post those things. Someone hacked my accounts. No, I'm not drinking. No, I haven't abandoned my faith. I'm staring at the thread about Ashley, my mind racing. Jake tracked down his ex-girlfriend's current address and workplace. He knows her schedule. This isn't just about trapping me anymore, he's running a systematic intimidation campaign against multiple women. My phone buzzes with another text, *. By the way, I have videos of you from your own camera that would be very embarrassing if they ended up on your university's disciplinary board. Remember that night in October when you thought you were alone? Video camera *. Ice floods my veins. The security camera in my bedroom. Jake has been recording everything, not just his sabotage sessions. Every private moment, every vulnerable second I thought was mine alone. Carmen, I whisper, interrupting her phone call. We need to leave. Now. Back door. She looks at me with panic in her eyes, still trying to reassure her mother. Mom, I have to go. I'll call you back in an hour, okay? I love you. The knocking stops. For a moment, there's complete silence, and somehow that's worse than Jake's voice was. Carmen's laptop chimes with a new email notification. This one is addressed to the Dean of Students at our university. * Dear Dean Morrison, I am writing to report concerning behavior from student Sarah Chan, ID number 847291. As her boyfriend of 2 years, I feel obligated to share evidence of academic dishonesty and substance abuse that may require intervention, *. He knows my student ID number, I breathe. Carmen, he's been planning to destroy me academically if I didn't comply. She's already moving toward her back door, grabbing her keys and phone. My car is in the front driveway. We'll have to run for it. But as we reach her kitchen, her phone lights up with a call from an unknown number. Then another. Then 5 more in rapid succession. Don't answer, I start to say, but Carmen's face has gone completely white. Sarah, she whispers, showing me her screen. Look at the voicemails. The preview text from her voicemail transcription service makes my stomach drop. *K Carmen, this is Brad from your church youth group. Someone sent around some pretty shocking photos of you and I just wanted you to know that we're all praying for you during this difficult time. Jake hasn't just posted things online. He's been systematically contacting people from our real lives, spreading his manufactured crisis to maximum effect. My phone rings. It's my own mother, calling from Oregon. Sarah Elizabeth Chen. Mom's voice is tight with worry. I just received the most disturbing email about you. Something about academic problems and... Mom, don't believe anything you've heard in the last hour. Someone is trying to. A loud crash comes from Carmen's front room. The sound of breaking glass. Oh my god, Carmen mouths silently. He broke my window. Jake's voice carries clearly through the house now. Ladies, I really don't want to involve the authorities here, but breaking and entering charges are serious business. Sarah, your mother sounds very concerned about you on the phone there. Why don't you let me explain to her what's really been happening? Somehow he can hear my phone conversation. The bastard has been listening to everything. I'm calling 911, Carmen whispers, but Jake's voice stops her. Carmen, your father just texted you asking if you need rehab. Interesting how quickly concerned parents can become disappointed parents, isn't it? My mom is still talking in my ear. Sarah, are you there? This email says you've been struggling with substance abuse and failing your classes. Your father and I are booking flights right now. Jake has weaponized our families against us. And he's inside Carmen's house. The sound of Jake's footsteps moving through Carmen's living room makes my decision for me. I grab Carmen's arm and we bolt for her back door, but as I'm turning the handle, my phone buzzes with a location share notification. Jake is tracking my phone's GPS in real time. Leave it, I hissed to Carmen, dropping my iPhone on her kitchen counter. He's following the signal. We slip out her back door into the November cold, neither of us wearing coats. Carmen's backyard connects to an alley that runs behind the whole block of rental houses. We're halfway to the street when I hear Jake's voice calling from inside Carmen's house. Sarah, your phone says you're still here. I know you can hear me. Your mom is getting very worried, she's asking if she should call your academic advisor directly. Even from outside, he's still controlling the narrative, still pulling our strings like we're puppets in his elaborate show. Carmen and I duck behind her neighbor's garbage bins, both of us shivering in the 40-degree weather. She still has her phone, but Jake has been systematically destroying her digital life for the past 20 minutes. Her Instagram now shows her entire family that she's supposedly struggling with alcohol addiction and promiscuity. Her LinkedIn, which she needs for graduate school applications, has been changed to list her occupation as seeking spiritual guidance and rehabilitation. We need to get to the police station, I whisper, but Carmen is staring at her phone screen with absolute horror. Sarah, she breathes. He just sent an email to the graduate programs I applied to. All 7 schools. Telling them I'm withdrawing my applications due to personal moral failures and asking them to remove me from consideration. My stomach drops. Carmen has been working toward graduate school in clinical psychology for 3 years. Those applications represent hundreds of hours of work, thousands of dollars in fees, her entire future career path. We can fix this, I tell her, but we both know that's not necessarily true. Academic institutions don't always wait for explanations when they receive official-sounding correspondence from students. A car door slams from the direction of Carmen's house. Through the gap between houses, I can see Jake walking calmly back to his Honda Accord like he's just finished a pleasant social visit. He gets in his car but doesn't drive away, he just sits there, engine running, scrolling through his phone. Managing his chaos in real time. Carmen's phone buzzes with a call from her academic advisor, Dr. Peterson. She stares at the screen like it's a bomb about to explode. I have to answer, she whispers. If I don't, he'll think the email was real. Carmen? Thank goodness. Dr. Peterson's voice is tight with concern, loud enough for me to hear in the cold air. I just received a very disturbing message from your email account. Are you alright? Do you need me to connect you with counseling services? Dr. Peterson, my accounts have been hacked, Carmen says, her voice shaking from cold and fear. I didn't send any emails about withdrawing from graduate programs. Someone is trying to sabotage my academic career. There's a pause. Carmen, this is quite serious. The email came from your university account, which requires 2-factor authentication. Are you saying someone has access to both your email and your phone? The question hangs in the freezing air between us. Jake somehow bypassed multiple security measures to access Carmen's most protected accounts. This isn't amateur hour revenge, this is sophisticated digital stalking. I don't know how he's doing it, Carmen admits, and I can hear Dr. Peterson's sharp intake of breath at the word he. Carmen, if someone is targeting you academically, we need to involve campus security immediately. Can you come to my office right now? From behind the garbage bins, I watch Jake's car. He's still sitting there, still managing his campaign of terror from 50 yards away. Still tracking every move we make, every call we answer, every decision we think we're making freely. But for the first time since this nightmare started, someone in authority is taking this seriously. Dr. Peterson, we need to meet somewhere that isn't campus, I say, taking Carmen's phone. The person doing this has been monitoring our locations. He's sitting outside Carmen's house right now. Who is this? Dr. Peterson's voice sharpens. Sarah Chan, Carmen's friend. I'm the primary target. Carmen got pulled into this because she was helping me. There's a long pause. Sarah, I know that name. Someone sent an email to Dean Morrison about you 40 minutes ago. Academic dishonesty allegations, substance abuse claims. We've been trying to verify the information. My heart sinks. Jake's systematic destruction is working exactly as planned. Dr. Peterson, none of that is true. The same person who hacked Carmen's accounts is trying to destroy my academic standing. Both of you listen carefully, Dr. Peterson says, his voice taking on the authoritative tone I remember from his research methods lectures. I'm going to give you an address, 412 Elm Street, the Riverside Diner. It's public, it has security cameras, and it's off campus. Meet me there in 20 minutes. Don't go home, don't go to your dorms, don't go anywhere this person might expect you to be. Carmen and I look at each other. Dr. Peterson understands the gravity of this situation in a way that gives me the first spark of hope I've felt in hours. Dr. Peterson, Carmen says, what if he's monitoring this phone call too? Then let him hear this. Academic sabotage is a federal crime when it crosses state lines, which it did the moment he contacted those graduate programs. Identity theft, cyberstalking, harassment, we're looking at multiple felonies with serious prison time. From our hiding spot, I watch Jake's car. He's gotten out and is walking back toward Carmen's house, phone pressed to his ear. Even from a distance, I can see the aggressive gestures he's making as he talks. He's making more calls, I whisper to Carmen. Probably reaching out to more people from our lives. My mind races through everyone Jake has met over 2 years of dating. My roommate from freshman year, my study group partners, my professors who wrote recommendation letters, my boss at the campus library. He has 2 years' worth of social connections to weaponize. Carmen's phone buzzes with a text from her younger sister, * mom is crying. What's happening? She says you're in trouble and won't tell me what kind. Are you okay, *? He's destroying my family, Carmen breathes. My sister is 17, Sarah. She doesn't understand any of this. Dr. Peterson's voice cuts through our panic. I can hear you're both scared, and you should be. But fear is what he's counting on. Fear makes you reactive instead of strategic. Right now, you need to move quickly but carefully to the diner. I'm leaving my office now. We end the call and Carmen immediately starts walking toward the street, but I grab her arm. Wait. Look. Jake has gone back inside Carmen's house. Through her broken front window, I can see the glow of a laptop screen. He's not just making phone calls, he's actively working on something that requires a computer. He's using my laptop, Carmen realizes with horror. My passwords are saved on there. My banking information, my student accounts, your research, I finish. Carmen is a psychology major working on her honors thesis about trauma recovery in domestic abuse survivors. 6 months of interviews, data analysis, and writing. Her phone pings with an email notification. The message is from her own university account, sent to her thesis advisor, Dr. Kim, *, I need to withdraw my honors thesis project immediately due to fabricated data and ethical violations in my research methods. Please remove me from the honors program and report this to the Academic Integrity Board. Carmen Rodriguez *. No, Carmen whispers, staring at the email. No. That thesis is my entire senior year. It's my ticket to graduate programs. Jake isn't just sabotaging our current lives, he's systematically destroying our futures. The graduate program withdrawals, the academic integrity accusations, the social media destruction, it's all designed to eliminate our options until staying with him seems like the only choice left. But as we're standing there in the freezing alley, watching Jake dismantle Carmen's academic career from her own laptop, my phone lights up with a call from an unknown number. Don't answer, Carmen starts to say, but something makes me swipe to accept. Sarah? The voice is female, nervous, unfamiliar. Sarah Chen? Who is this? This is Ashley Richardson. I think we need to talk. Ashley? I grip Carmen's phone tighter, my breath forming clouds in the cold November air. How did you get this number? Your boyfriend sent me a very interesting message 20 minutes ago, Ashley says, her voice tight with controlled anger. Photos of my apartment building, my work schedule, and a detailed description of my daily routine. Along with a suggestion that I convince you to stop believing lies about him. Carmen and I exchange looks. Jake is managing multiple fronts of this operation simultaneously, terrorizing us while simultaneously silencing his previous victim. Ashley, I found your Facebook posts. About what he did to you. The birth control sabotage, the 17 videos, Ashley interrupts. He told me you found 17 videos of him tampering with your pills. Sarah, I never had proof like that. I only had my suspicions and one witness who saw him in our kitchen. From behind the garbage bins, I can see Jake through Carmen's broken window, still hunched over her laptop. He's escalating. He bought an engagement ring, put a down payment on a house. He thinks I'm pregnant. Jesus Christ. Ashley's voice drops to a whisper. Sarah, listen to me very carefully. I need to tell you about what happened after I left him, because he's about to do the exact same thing to you. Carmen is monitoring her phone, watching Jake's real-time destruction of her digital life. Her university email has sent withdrawal notices to 3 different professors, and someone has changed her emergency contact information to list Jake as her boyfriend and primary support person. When I finally broke up with Jake in February 2022, he seemed to take it well, Ashley continues. Too well. He said he understood, he wished me happiness, he hoped we could be friends someday. I thought I was lucky to avoid the messy breakup. But he wasn't done, I guess. He was just getting started. Within a week, my boss at Whole Foods received anonymous emails about me stealing from the register. My landlord got calls about loud parties and drug use in my apartment. My parents received a detailed letter about my promiscuous lifestyle and how worried Jake was about my mental health. My stomach drops as I recognize the pattern. The systematic destruction of reputation, the weaponizing of authority figures, the careful manipulation of people who care about the target. It went on for months, Ashley says. Every time I started to rebuild, something new would happen. A fake police report about domestic violence that made me look unstable. Dating profiles created in my name with explicit photos that weren't even me. He got me fired from 2 jobs before I finally moved to Ohio. Carmen shows me her phone screen. Jake has now sent emails from her account to the campus ministry where she works, reporting herself for inappropriate relationships with male students and requesting to be removed from all leadership positions. Ashley, did he ever threaten other people to control you? That was his specialty. When I tried to warn his new girlfriend, that's you, by the way, he sent compromising photos of my roommate to her conservative Christian parents. Photos he'd taken secretly when he was visiting me but was actually setting up hidden cameras. Hidden cameras. Plural. I think about my apartment, about the security camera that was Jake's idea, about all the times he's been there alone with access to install whatever surveillance equipment he wanted. Sarah, are you still there? I'm here. Ashley, he threatened you today. Your address, your work schedule. He's not just trying to control me, he's trying to keep you quiet about his pattern of behavior. I know. That's why I'm calling. Sarah, Jake documented everything he did to me. Every sabotage attempt, every manipulation, every piece of blackmail material he collected. He kept detailed records like it was a project he was proud of. What kind of records? Carmen grabs my arm, pointing toward her house. Jake has come back outside and is walking directly toward our hiding spot behind the garbage bins. Somehow he knows exactly where we are. Photos, videos, spreadsheets tracking my cycle and his sabotage timing, Ashley says rapidly. Sarah, if he's doing the same thing to you, those records still exist. Jake is obsessive about documentation. He keeps everything. Jake is 50 feet away now, walking calmly through the alley like he's taking an evening stroll. In his hand is Carmen's laptop, and he's smiling. I have to go, I whisper into the phone. Ashley, can you? Sarah, Jake calls cheerfully, spotting us behind the bins. There you are. And Carmen, I have some good news about your laptop. I managed to recover all those files you thought you'd lost. He's holding Carmen's entire academic life hostage. Her thesis research, her application materials, her financial aid documents, everything she needs to graduate and continue her education. I also found some very interesting browser history, Jake continues, settling the laptop on a nearby fence post like he's giving a presentation. Carmen, did you know that researching how to get someone arrested for domestic abuse could be considered conspiracy if you don't actually have evidence of abuse? Ashley's voice is still coming through the phone. Sarah, whatever he's threatening, don't negotiate. The only thing that stopped him from destroying my life completely was. Jake plucks the phone from my hand with casual efficiency. Hi Ashley, he says into the phone, his voice warm and friendly. Good to hear from you. Sarah and I were just discussing how much we value honesty in relationships. He hangs up and pockets the phone. Now then, Jake says, settling onto the fence post like we're having a perfectly normal conversation in a back alley at 38 degrees. I think it's time we all had a realistic discussion about consequences. Jake opens Carmen's laptop with the casual confidence of someone who owns it. The screen illuminates his face in the dim alley light, making his smile look even more unsettling. Let me show you what I've been working on, he says, angling the laptop so we can see the screen. Carmen, your honors thesis advisor Dr. Kim was very understanding when I explained your situation. She's agreed to grant you a medical withdrawal from the program so you can focus on your recovery. Carmen's face goes white. What recovery? Jake, I'm not. Addiction recovery, Jake interrupts smoothly. It's really admirable how honest you're being about your struggles with prescription stimulants. Dr. Kim said the university has excellent resources for students dealing with Adderall dependency. My blood runs cold. Jake has created an entire false narrative about Carmen's academic performance, complete with fabricated evidence of drug abuse. The kind of allegation that follows you forever in academic circles. Sarah, your situation is a bit more complicated, Jake continues, clicking to another tab. Your mother called Dean Morrison directly after receiving my email. She's driving down from Portland tomorrow to meet with your academic advisor. She's very concerned about your recent behavioral changes. He turns the laptop screen toward me. There's an email thread between my mother and the dean of students, discussing my supposed academic probation and requesting a meeting to discuss intervention options. My mom's responses are panicked, motherly, offering to pay for counseling and asking if she should withdraw me from school for the semester. The beautiful thing about concerned parents, Jake says, is how quickly they'll believe authority figures who confirm their worst fears. Your mother already suspected you were struggling academically. My email just gave her permission to act on those suspicions. Carmen is staring at her phone, watching text messages pour in from her family. Her aunt in Phoenix asking if she needs rehab. Her grandfather wanting to know if she's lost her faith. Her younger sister begging her to call and explain what's happening. Of course, all of this goes away very easily, Jake continues. Carmen, one email from your account explaining that you were hacked will restore your thesis project and your graduate school applications. Sarah, one phone call from you to your mother explaining that someone was trying to sabotage our relationship will clear up all these academic concerns. He closes the laptop with a soft click. The question is whether you're ready to have an adult conversation about our future, or if you'd prefer to keep playing these childish games. What future? I force myself to ask. Jake, I know about Ashley. I know you've done this before. Something flickers across Jake's face, surprise, maybe, or irritation that I've connected the dots. Ashley was confused, he says carefully. She had some mental health issues that made her interpret normal relationship dynamics as something sinister. It's actually very sad. She's been trying to interfere with my relationships ever since. She had a witness, Jake. Someone saw you tampering with her birth control. Her roommate saw me putting iron supplements in her coffee because Ashley was anemic and kept forgetting to take them. Jake's voice doesn't change, but his eyes narrow slightly. It's amazing how easily things can be misinterpreted when someone wants to believe the worst about you. Carmen finds her voice. Jake, even if that were true, what about the 17 videos Sarah found? What's your explanation for those? Jake turns toward Carmen with a patient expression of someone explaining something obvious to a child. Sarah has been under tremendous stress lately. School pressure, our relationship reaching a serious phase, the natural anxiety that comes with major life transitions. Sometimes stress can make people see patterns that aren't actually there. I have the videos saved to multiple cloud accounts, I say quietly. Do you? Jake tilts his head. Because I've been monitoring your digital activity for months, Sarah. I know exactly which accounts you use, which passwords you prefer, which backup systems you trust. Are you absolutely certain those files still exist in the format you remember? My stomach drops. Jake has had access to everything, my laptop, my phone, my camera accounts. If he could hack Carmen's university email with two-factor authentication, manipulating my personal cloud storage would be trivial. But here's the thing, Jake continues, standing up from the fence post. None of that matters anymore. Sarah, you have a choice to make right now, and it's the last choice you'll get to make independently. He pulls something from his jacket pocket. A small velvet box. Carmen gets her academic life back, your mother stops worrying about your future, Ashley gets to live peacefully in Ohio, and you get to marry someone who loves you enough to fight for your relationship. Jake opens the ring box, revealing a diamond solitaire that probably cost more than my entire semester's tuition. Or, he continues, you can keep fighting reality, and everyone you care about gets to watch your life collapse in spectacular fashion. Carmen fails her senior year. Your mother spends your college fund on legal fees trying to get you back into school. Ashley finds out how easy it is for someone to anonymously report immigration violations to ICE. Ashley isn't a citizen. Jake has been collecting leverage on everyone in my orbit, building an intricate web of potential destruction. The choice is yours, Sarah, Jake says, holding the ring box toward me. But you need to choose right now. The ring catches the streetlight, throwing tiny rainbows across the concrete. 3 carats, maybe 4. The kind of ring that represents a down payment on a house, a year of college tuition, a future Jake has decided belongs to him. You're insane, I whisper, but my voice carries no conviction. Not when Carmen's entire academic career hangs in the balance. Not when my mother is driving 16 hours because she thinks I'm destroying my life. Not when Ashley, a woman I've never met, might face deportation because she tried to warn me about the man holding this ring. I'm practical, Jake corrects. Sarah, I've spent 2 years learning everything about you. Your fears, your weaknesses, your pressure points. I know you'd rather sacrifice yourself than watch the people you care about suffer for your choices. He's right, and we both know it. The kind of right that makes my chest tight with trapped panic. Carmen's phone buzzes with another text from her sister, *, mom won't stop crying. She's talking about flying out there. What did you do, *? Tick-tock, Jake says softly. Carmen's family is booking plane tickets. Your mother just called Dean Morrison's emergency line. Ashley's landlord received a very detailed complaint about noise violations and suspicious activity in apartment 2B. He's orchestrating this in real time, managing multiple crises across multiple states like some kind of sociopathic air traffic controller. But as Jake stands there with his ring and his ultimatums, something Ashley said on the phone comes back to me. *, Jake documented everything he did to me. He keeps detailed records like it was a project he was proud of. Asterisk. Jake, I say, forcing my voice steady. Before I answer, I need to know something. Do you have proof that you sabotaged Ashley's birth control? Documentation of what you did to her? His eyes narrow slightly. Why would you ask that? Because if I'm going to marry you, I need to know you're not going to get arrested for what you did to your ex-girlfriend. I need to know we're safe. It's a gamble, appealing to his narcissism and his need to control the narrative. But Jake's face brightens with what looks like genuine pride. Ashley never had any real evidence, he says. Just paranoid suspicions and a roommate who misunderstood what she saw. But you're different, Sarah. You're smarter. You found actual proof of my methods. Methods, I repeat. I learned from my mistakes with Ashley. Better surveillance, better documentation, better timing. With you, I have detailed records of everything, dates, dosages, your cycle patterns, optimal sabotage windows. It's actually quite scientific. Carmen is staring at Jake with undisguised horror, but I force myself to nod like I'm impressed. You kept records? Like, written records? Spreadsheets, Jake says proudly. Photos with timestamps. Video documentation of each intervention. I even tracked your behavioral changes to determine effectiveness. The whole project took months of planning. Project, he called it a project. That's really thorough, I manage. Where do you keep all that documentation? Encrypted drive, multiple backup locations. Jake glances at his watch. But we're getting off topic here. Sarah, I need your answer. The ring, the future we planned, or I start making phone calls that destroy everyone you love. Behind Jake, a car turns into the alley with its headlights on. For a split second, I think it might be police, maybe Dr. Peterson called them when we didn't show up at the diner. But it's just someone using the alley to turn around. The headlights sweep across us for maybe 3 seconds, but it's enough for me to see something that changes everything. Jake's car keys are sitting on the fence post next to Carmen's laptop. Right there, 18 inches from my left hand. His encrypted drive with all the documentation. His project files with detailed records of reproductive coercion. Everything he just confessed to having. It's all in his car. I need a minute to think, I tell Jake, taking a small step closer to the fence post. No more thinking, he snaps. Choose. Now. But I'm already moving. I lunge for Jake's keys, but he's faster than I expected. His hand slams down on mine, pinning my wrist to the rough wooden fence post. Really, Sarah? His voice is disappointed, like I'm a child who tried to steal cookies. After everything I just explained about consequences? Carmen tries to grab his other arm, but Jake easily shoves her backward with his free hand. She stumbles, her phone clattering across the concrete. You know what? I think we're past the negotiation phase. Jake pulls out his own phone with his free hand, my wrist still trapped under his palm. Let me show you how quickly your world can collapse. He speed dials a number. It rings once before someone answers. Dean Morrison? This is Jake Walker, Sarah Chen's boyfriend. I'm calling because I'm genuinely worried about her mental state. Yes, sir, I know it's late, but she's having some kind of breakdown. She's been talking about hurting herself and others. My blood turns to ice. Jake, no. She's been making wild accusations about me, claiming I've been stalking her and tampering with her medication. I think she might be having a psychotic episode. Yes, I'm with her now. She's hiding behind some garbage cans with her friend, and they both seem extremely agitated. Carmen is frantically trying to reach her phone, but it's skidded under a parked car. Jake watches her scramble while continuing his performance for the dean. I'm really scared she might hurt herself, sir. Or that she might try to hurt me. She keeps talking about having evidence of things that never happened. Yes, I think an emergency psychiatric evaluation might be necessary. The beauty of Jake's strategy hits me with sickening clarity. By the time police arrive, if they arrive, they'll find a concerned boyfriend trying to help his mentally unstable girlfriend who's been making delusional accusations. My 17 videos of sabotage will look like the paranoid fantasies of someone having a breakdown. We're in the alley behind 847 Maple Street, Jake continues. Please hurry. I don't know what she might do. He hangs up and smiles at me. Emergency psychiatric holds are 72 hours minimum, Sarah. That's plenty of time for your mother to arrive, for Carmen's family to stage their intervention, for everyone to realize you need professional help dealing with your delusions about our relationship. You're destroying our lives over what? Because I won't marry you? Because you won't accept reality. Jake's grip on my wrist tightens. I've invested 2 years in you. I put a down payment on our house. I told my parents we're engaged. I have a 5-year plan that includes you, and you don't get to just opt out. Carmen has retrieved her phone and is trying to call someone, but Jake notices immediately. Carmen, hang up right now or I send one more email from your account. This one to the IRS, reporting the cash payments you've been receiving for tutoring without declaring them as taxable income. Tax evasion. Another felony charge hanging over Carmen's head for the crime of trying to help me. She hangs up. Good girl, Jake says. See how easy this gets when everyone stops fighting the inevitable? In the distance, I can hear sirens. Jake called emergency services claiming I was suicidal and potentially violent. When they arrive, I'll be the hysterical woman making wild accusations against her concerned boyfriend. Every word I say will be filtered through the lens of mental instability that Jake has carefully constructed. But as the sirens get closer, I notice something Jake missed. Carmen didn't hang up quickly enough. Her call went through to someone, Dr. Peterson, probably, or maybe 911, and her phone is still active, still transmitting. Someone else is listening to this entire conversation. Jake adjusts his grip on my wrist and straightens his jacket, preparing for the arrival of emergency responders. He's about to perform the role of the worried boyfriend one more time. He has no idea that his confession about keeping detailed records of reproductive coercion has been broadcast to whoever Carmen managed to call. The sirens are getting closer, and Jake is smiling like he's already won. But for the first time tonight, I'm smiling too. The first police car arrives with lights flashing but no siren, followed immediately by a second vehicle. Jake releases my wrist and steps back, transforming his expression into one of concerned relief. Thank God you're here, he calls to the officers. She's been having some kind of episode. I'm really worried about her mental state. But the officers aren't approaching us the way Jake expects. Instead of rushing to restrain the dangerous girlfriend, they're walking calmly, and one of them is holding what looks like a phone. Mr. Walker? The lead officer, a woman in her 40s with sergeant stripes, stops about 6 feet away. I'm Sergeant Rodriguez. We received a very interesting phone call about 20 minutes ago. Jake's confident expression falters slightly. What kind of phone call? Carmen steps forward, holding up her phone with a call still active. Dr. Peterson, are you still there? I'm here, Carmen, comes Dr. Peterson's voice through the speaker, crystal clear in the cold air. I've been recording this entire conversation, and I've had campus security patch me through to the police dispatcher. They've heard everything. The color drains from Jake's face. You can't record someone without consent. That's illegal. Actually, Sergeant Rodriguez says, consulting her notes, in this state, only one party needs to consent to recording a conversation. Carmen consented when she called Dr. Peterson requesting help during what she described as an active stalking situation. Jake looks between the officers, his carefully constructed narrative crumbling in real time. Officer, I called Dean Morrison about my girlfriend's mental health crisis. She's been making delusional accusations. About reproductive coercion, the second officer interrupts. About you keeping spreadsheets and detailed documentation of birth control sabotage? About encrypted drives with video evidence of what you called your project. We heard you confess to multiple felonies in the last 15 minutes, Mr. Walker, Sergeant Rodriguez adds. Birth control sabotage, cyberstalking, identity theft, harassment across state lines, and making false reports to emergency services. Jake's mouth opens and closes without sound. I can practically see his mind racing, trying to find an angle, a manipulation, a way to turn this back in his favor. I need to see that encrypted drive you mentioned, Sergeant Rodriguez continues. The one with your documented evidence of reproductive coercion. That'll be crucial for the DA's case. You can't search my car without a warrant, Jake stammers. Don't need one. You confessed to keeping evidence of multiple felonies. That's probable cause. She keys her radio. Dispatch, we're going to need a digital forensics team at this location. As if on cue, 2 more police cars arrive, followed by what looks like a campus security vehicle. Dr. Peterson gets out of the campus car, his face grim but relieved. Sarah, Carmen, are you both alright? He calls as he approaches. We're okay, I manage, though my voice is shaking. Dr. Peterson, thank you for. You did this yourselves, he interrupts. Carmen, that was quick thinking with the phone call. Sarah, documenting everything probably saved multiple lives. Jake makes one last desperate attempt, this is all a misunderstanding. Sarah's been under stress, and... Mr. Walker, Sergeant Rodriguez cuts him off. You're under arrest for reproductive coercion, cyberstalking, identity theft, harassment, and filing a false police report. You have the right to remain silent. As she reads Jake his rights, I watch the man who tried to trap me with a pregnancy get handcuffed beside Carmen's garbage bins. The engagement ring is still in its velvet box on the fence post, forgotten and worthless. Carmen retrieves her laptop while officers search Jake's car. Within minutes, they found his encrypted drive, the one containing what the forensics team will later describe as the most detailed documentation of systematic abuse we've ever encountered. Spreadsheets tracking my menstrual cycle. Photos of sabotaged birth control with timestamps. Video recordings of his interventions. Records of Ashley's sabotage dating back 3 years. Plans for future victims, including detailed psychological profiles. Jake documented everything, just like Ashley said he would. His narcissism and need for control created the evidence that will put him away for 15 years. As they load him into the police car, Jake looks at me through the window with pure hatred. The mask is completely gone now, revealing the predator who thought he could steal my choices, my future, my body's autonomy. But I'm standing here free, unengaged, not pregnant, with my best friend and a professor who believed us when it mattered most. Jake Walker's project is over. And my real life is just beginning.